Yeah, this is Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio, and I am here with Jersey and Mark. Our buddy Tim is on a hot date tonight, so he couldn't be here. So we got someone better looking than him to stand in on the podcast. So we called Jersey.
I would,
So
I would, I would make an internet joke right now, but everybody knows we're late. I
right,
don't know that I.
Yeah.
right.
Jersey's kind of making Seth Byers look like the redheaded stepchild now.
Yeah. We should have a pose down. We should have you and
Yeah.
Seth get on and you guys should pose down. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? What about all the other garbage he has out now? Don't worry, there's videos in the making. Man, the chat is going too fast, man. I can't keep up with it. So the chat is getting to the point now where I can't post it on the screen anymore. What's up, everybody? Kevin Hargis, Ryan King, Henry, Superior Services LLC, which is Jacob or Rob. I like to mix them up on purpose. Fernando's watching. Lewis is on. Jason.
Okay, I just
Dustin
because
Duffy,
Henry's
Bill
watching,
Jordan. Go ahead.
and Henry talked so much crap last time about how he'll never order from us because we're all douchebags. I have a sword right here for you, Henry.
You see that black smudge
That
over
should-
by the handle?
Yeah. What is that?
Pretty recognizable autograph.
Is that Randy Jackson's autograph, dude?
Randy Jackson. Because you're not going to not get Randy Jackson's autograph
Yeah.
on a martial arts weapon.
Yeah, you're not gonna not do that. Do you want to go in the garage and chop up watermelons and do karate and shit? Or no?
Yeah. Hey, did we just become best friends?
Yeah. Yes.
Best movie ever. I could watch that movie every day.
Yeah, I think I might watch it afterwards since you brought
Yeah,
it
I've got
up.
it recorded on my DVR.
Hello, Dad. My father's watching.
What's up, Pop?
Yeah, so, dude, I don't know what it is about that scene now after you, me, and Josh fucking busted up watching or talking about the white dog shit. Dude, I every time I
That was
see
the
it,
first podcast. I think that was the
that
first
was
one
the
I was
first one
on.
we all did together.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
I could
yeah.
be wrong, but it was so damn funny, man. That was so good. That was so good. There's something about that. I don't know what it is, but now it just has
Yeah.
special meaning.
That's when I was trashing on him because he picks up dog shit. You know? I just haven't seen that as a living. Bottom line, you know.
I was telling Mark in Jersey before the show started that I spent almost 6 hours on Four Windows. It was really bad. Yeah, really bad. Busted a
Yeah.
scraper. Just went through like 2 things of scraper blades. If you put stickers on windows and you leave them there for like 15 years, we can't be friends. We can't be friends.
You know, a lot of times you take the stickers down and there's still like a shadow of the sticker that was there.
There is, and she
You can
complained
polish
about
that
it.
out. Yeah,
She
it can be
complained
polished
about it.
out.
She's like, you can still kind of see where the stickers were. I'm like, well, do you want them buffed out?
Yeah.
But, whatever.
That's crazy. Are you using stainless steel blades or carbon?
Yes, sir. Stainless steel. I don't play around. So I went through two brand new packages of stainless steel blades. Yes, for the win.
Well, you know, the carbon are sharper.
Mhm.
They're sharper, and the stainless is a little more brittle.
But I never
But-
get through them fast enough. The carbon, I don't
And a
ever get
rust?
through them.
Yeah.
For
There's an
'em
easy
not to
trick for
rust.
that, you know. Silicone
What's
spray
that?
right into the box.
Silicone spray right into the box.
Yeah, don't use WD-40. It'll melt the plastic, and you'll never get the blades back out. I learned from experience. But silicone spray, you know, it has the opening. Just squirt it in there till it fills the thing. Put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in your glove box. That's what I do, and they last forever. And again, the carbon is sharper than the stainless. You know, and when you got employees that use blades like handing them out all the time, you know, you gotta go the cheaper carbon steel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The boss gets the stainless, but no, serious.
I agree. I'm right with you. Now I just feel like an asshole now.
No, I'm not an asshole. It's just
Yeah,
Tanner's
well,
helpful
I
candy
wasted
hints.
all that money on stainless steel blades, and you could have told me a long time ago. You're like, hey, you're stupid. Buy these and do this.
No, I never said you're stupid. I say you don't ask enough questions, sir. You know. Aren't I the
Let's
smartest
talk
man in
about
window
other
cleaning
stuff.
according to
Mark's
a man
not
that can't
here.
even hold his fucking shit inside? Right? I mean, that's the top of the dung heap when, did you know that a mouse is the only animal that doesn't have a sphincter? They just shit everywhere. There's no, and I'm kind of
Yeah.
thinking we found a human that has the same issue. It's just a fucking hole there.
We need to figure out a way to take that clips from that last video he did, and instead of them being like gunslingers all laid out, we need to superimpose my poopy pants on each gunslinger, and when he picks it up, he's holding the poop. Dude, that, and then we could voice over it. That would be so good, man. We got to figure out how. We need some dynamic video engineers for this. We need some CGI effects.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
We need to invest, How about Chris? Tell Chris to send us over some CGI shit, whatever that is. Yeah, we got to be next level.
The more and more involved you guys get on that, I really think that the whole Free Richie B thing is going to happen.
Yeah, it is.
Be a point. There's just got to be a point where he's finally like, okay, the battle is done. I can't.
Right.
Yeah, there's some things in the works. I think you're correct on that, Jersey, and it'll be elaborated more on the 100th podcast because we got a special guest coming that has a lot of information on stuff like that. And if he's ready to release it, boom, and just like I said, no video is safe. When T Squeegee and I get a hold of that shit,
it's over, bro.
Yeah. We're trying to do a 48-hour turnaround, and I'm kind of slacking because we're both busy right now, But the wheels are turning. We're watching the video coming up. Yep.
Yeah, we're trying. Yep. We're trying.
Hey, Richie just said to superimpose a bag of dicks. You don't have to superimpose it; it's already there.
It's just a bag of dicks, man. That's
yeah.
It's already a bag of dicks.
Yeah, it's hard to add dicks to a dick bag,
Yeah. So my day went well. I got stood up by a customer. I got up earlier for a whole 30 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
And
did you have lunch with someone that was local to you last podcast?
No, I had lunch with Kevin Hargis. I think Monday. Yes, it was Monday. I think.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I spoke to him private messenger.
Yes,
he had some
very
stain
nice
issues.
Gentleman.
Some help with. Yeah, I like that guy.
I splurged and took him to McDonald's. I bought chicken nuggets.
Happy Meal?
Big time.
You get a Happy Meal for a boy?
Hashtag ballin'.
I need a Happy Meal for a boy. Hey, let me ask you something, T. Is he hooked up with McDonald's yet where you can get a rinse bar in the Happy Meal? Because
not yet.
Okay, all right. Just
I heard you can find brushes in cereal boxes, though. We'll have to see if that's true or not. I'm going to get some Lucky Charms and see if there's a brush in there.
Magical fucking surprise. Yeah. No, actually, I'm kind of thinking the brush needs to go in the Rice Krispies because that's kind of snap, crackle, pop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As it's falling apart. Shit's dropping pieces. Look at Jersey over there. You sure this was a good idea, Jersey? We're out of the shoot today. Pretty hard body.
The best part of the video is when he says, when he calls that the kickstand. He's like, well, the reason why we put a kickstand on it's like he didn't call it a kickstand before
T got a hold of that.
Now that shit, everybody calls it the kickstand,
Yeah.
So whatever, dude. As soon as I saw that,
the funniest thing was the first time we watched that video, you sent it to me, and you go to me, dude. Tell me I'm wrong. Did that motherfucker put a kickstand on a gunslinger? I'm like, sure looked like it. Then we went kickstands for everything.
Yeah, we went kickstand crazy. I went home that night. It wasn't 2-3 hours. And boom, I was already working on the bucket on the belt with the kickstand and the whole 9 yards. Mark's like, dude, this is going to be so good. And it was perfect.
I had a lot of fun with that. Yeah, that's good shit.
Same thing with the the last video we did. The Free Richie B video we did. That shit was hilarious. That was just like me and Mark bullshitting in the morning. You know what I mean? Just back and forth on Voxer, just talking. And I was like, what would be great is if we did Sarah McLachlan and then got really sad pictures of Richie, and we'll do a Free Richie B. And Mark's like, dude, you gotta let me narrate as Morgan Freeman over top of that. I'm like, fuck yes, dude. That shit was so fucking funny, man. We're just having fun, man. You know what I mean? We're having fun, and we're kind of taking a piss at this guy.
Let's be real about this, okay? Having fun is so much more fun when you're having fun at someone else's expense.
Yes.
You know?
Dream Chasing has a question. He asks, soft wash pressure washer, guys, for a downstream system, 3 gallon per minute, 3,100 psi, 50 foot of hose. What 5 gallon SH ratio would you use? I'm gonna be honest with you. What's up, Make It Wayne? Hey, listen, subscribe to Make It Wayne's YouTube channel. It's pretty awesome. He grows peppers and they eat hot stuff, and you know, he likes Batman, and so do I, and Superman. But anyways, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I just kind of like fill the bucket up with bleach and put some suds in it and throw some water in there and just.
Yeah, I run it because you're downstreaming. You're already reducing it a lot. And the chlorine I buy, we don't call it SH here. It's called chlorine because everybody has a swimming pool in Florida.
I call it bleach.
It's 12.5%, and I run it straight into the injector, and then it's probably giving you 30% of that. So you cut it again.
Right.
You know, I'm not a huge. I tend to kill too many plants because I'm fucking lazy to water bushes and shit.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. I mean, there's some jobs I'll do, and then other jobs I'm just like, man, I don't want to buy this Japanese maple tree because I know I'm gonna go Gerard Peterson on that bitch and nuke it. You know
I don't know if I told you the story. The first roof I ever did with a chemical clean, I bought a 12-volt SureFlow pump. I got a 16-gallon tank. I'm mixing shit. I put it in there. My buddy told me, dude, spray it down and pretty much walk away. And I'm like, holy shit, this works. Well, the house had gutters. I wasn't too concerned. We have plants here. I don't know if you have them, called bougainvillea, the little pink flowered trellis plants. You know, she had this in a clay pot. It was like 20 feet tall. Dude, that plant's worth like $700. I charge her like $5 to do the roof. She calls me the next day and she goes, man, the roof looks amazing. Thanks for what you did, but there's an issue with my bougainvillea trellis. So I go back over there, dude. It looked like a nuclear holocaust hit that plant. There was nothing left, just the trellis. I mean, it literally evaporated, you know? So I'm like,
what did you end up having to do in that case?
I had to buy her another plant, you know, which cost me more because I couldn't get one that big. And so I lost a hondo on that job. And at that point I said, this isn't for me. You know,
you didn't tell her it was aphids or something?
Yeah, dude, when the whole neighborhood smells like bleach, what do you say? You know?
Yeah, and then same question. Your downstream injector itself, once you have whatever size works with your system, leave that same one. Your mix is, you can always go lighter if you're adding water to the mix. So like they say, go straight.
Yeah.
I just dump it in there and let it go, and if it doesn't, if it's too gangster and I notice that it's too gangster, I'll just throw a little water in it and whatever, dude.
Yeah, but you know what? We have an estate on the island, on Palm Beach Island, that we do every week, the Oceanside, once a month, the whole house. And over the year, I've cleaned the house since he took occupancy, so it's been about 3 years. He says, Mark, he has a white tile roof. Okay, it's flat tiles. He goes, Mark, I know you don't want to do my roof. He goes, but I don't want to bring anyone else in. Can you do the roof again this year? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. So I got the brilliant idea, and I chem washed it, and it looked good for like 3 months, not realizing that it was white painted tile. Okay, after 3 months, it bitch turned yellow, totally yellow. He calls me up and he's like, Mark, I think we got a problem here. I go, what? He goes, the roof is yellow, and it's obviously yellow because the house is white. And I go, let me go look at it. And went up there with a pressure washer and had to gun the entire roof of like 7,800 square feet. You know, yeah. And I'm like, I call my buddy Jim. That's all he does. He goes, oh, I would have told you, don't do a painted roof. They turn yellow. I go, thanks, Jim. Once again, I don't belong doing this.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I had to eat it.
I did some awnings in April, like the end of March, beginning of April. Oh, what a fucking nightmare, man. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. I ended up figuring out that I just, should have just dumped just filled up the pump sprayer and just laid it on heavy as hell. Just went after it. Yeah, because I spent twice as long as I wanted to be there. But they were really funky. The problem was bird shit.
Yeah.
The lichen and the mold, the algae, that was easy to get off. The bird shit, oh my god, dude.
Yeah, that shit's like glue.
Yeah, dude, it was so bad, dude. Fuck
remember that
man,
brush that came out where you had to glue parts on it? there was a brush that came out. I forget the name of it, but it had a rinse bar that you had to glue these things. What do they call them? Cannons or something?
Oh, yeah.
What? Something like that. Well,
Oh.
I ended up using bird shit to glue the cannons on because the glue that they sent me didn't hold. Bird shit is like super glue on steroids, you know?
I'm kind of disappointed you didn't catch that one right away.
Yeah, I'm upset with myself too. That just
That's
makes it even funnier. It's like, man, I'm such an idiot.
This
Who
episode is
slacks?
being too serious. Like this
Yeah.
is the most I've heard you guys talk about like cleaning anything since the podcast started. So that's really a problem.
It kind of goes back and forth, Jersey. Some
is a
podcasts
problem,
are strictly a lot about window cleaning, pressure cleaning, and restoration, and some podcasts are just total bullshit. But that's kind of what we like about it. You know?
It's just just whatever mood we're in is what the podcast has become. Whatever mood we're in. I tell you what, right now it is worth mentioning before we get too much further into this and people start to fall out. Is what is it? May 26th. May 26th is a Sunday, and that's the day before Memorial Day. And I don't know if that's going to cause a problem or not, but we are going to celebrate our 100th episode of the podcast, and we have gajillions of dollars of stuff to give away. WCR has thrown down the gauntlet, and they're giving away a Lamborghini. It's going to be sweet.
No, sorry.
It's going to have a ladder rack on it, too.
We're giving away a lunch meeting with Chris Lamborghini.
Oh, that's what it is.
There you
go.
go.
Wow.
All right.
That's not as cool as I thought it was going to be.
Jersey, if I might ask, is the calendar The Boys of WCR coming out anytime soon where we can have all the poses with the window cleaning tools? I like December. He's sexy.
Yes, yeah, that's going to be with a bunch of the content creators too.
There
We're
you
going
go.
to do that with Luke and everybody. Yeah, it's like one of the fireman calendars, except for nobody wants this one.
Well, the only thing I'm kind of disappointed is the fact that you guys are no longer working with Phil, because I was hoping to see him in a tea-bag holding up a sim pole. You know?
Well, as much as I like Phil, the calendar year of Phil, this is what it would look like.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to.
I gotta get out
Short
my
ass
nut
dude.
touches.
But on a serious note, we will be giving away.
You guys have a crap ton of stuff to give away.
Yeah, we're giving away two gross of black diamond squeegee rubber. That's crazy.
288 pieces of rubber.
Yes, from Casper Shoring and Black Diamond Squeegee Rubber. BlackDiamondSqueegee.com if you want to go check it out. Or you can go to WindowCleaner.com and buy that stuff. Right over my head here, Black Diamond Squeegee Rubber. That's super awesome. And I'm not going to tell you exactly what kind, but WindowCleaner.com and Chris Lambernides and Alex Lambernides is giving us a super awesome zero pole to give away. I'm not gonna. I want it to be a surprise. Surprise!
You know what the cool thing is about your episode though? Like,
what?
You were looking at all the things that you're giving away. Like, they're all legit. Like, this is like you said, this like a huge amount of money that you guys are giving away for that 100th episode.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And on top of all of that, Jared Martinez from Aztec Innovations, the inventor of the Samurai Boab and the Aztec screen washer, is giving us a screen washer to give away to someone. Oh my god.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's Radmobile, dude. That's kick-ass. So thanks to Jared.
Superior just jumped in and said it's going to be rigged like all the other giveaways.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We're working on that right now.
Dude, how are they rigged, dude? We could not be any less organized than we are. You know what I mean? I mean, honestly,
exactly.
we cannot. I mean, if you guys knew what happens before this goes on the air live, you guys would shit your pants. This is a total clusterfuck. We don't have time to connive, dude. For real.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm giving away the Sim Trad Tadpole. I'm giving that away on the 100th episode. I am giving away, Jason Lehman is giving away his 18-foot Viper pole that he got, which he should have never have taken, because he never used it. What a nerd. Well, he used it a little bit, he said. He's like, I wanted to try it out. Well, anyways, he won fair and square. So we had to give it to him because he won fair and square. But we gave him the opportunity to decline the package, and he said no because he's Jason Lehman, and he's greedy. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. We got barbecue rub to give away. We got shirts coming to give away.
Yes, yeah. The new Squeegee Life T-shirts coming out. It's gonna be super gangster. I'm gonna give a couple of those away. Barbecue rubs, stickers. I got all kinds of. We're gonna give a bunch of stuff away. We figured it out. It's probably like close to $3,500 worth of shit we're giving away.
It's crazy. The worst part about that whole giveaway is that people are gonna have to watch the podcast to win. Like.
Yeah, they're gonna have to register through email. They have to.
Yeah, well, this is what
subscribe.
This is what we want you to do. We want you guys to make sure that you're subscribed to both my channel and Tim's. It would be preferable if you sent us proof. Leave us an iTunes review or a Podbean.com review, and we need all of that documented. And then you send us an email at asksqueegee@yahoo.com, and then you will be entered in to win the Black Diamond Squeegee rubber gross, because we want to play a game for that.
Yeah, so basically what we're thinking is, what do you think of this jersey? You are going to have to be a specific caller, meaning the fourth caller gets the opportunity to win. He's going to have to answer a question. He can ask me a question. He can ask TJ a question, or Tim a question. And those are going to be 3 different topics. One might be window cleaning. One might be rock and roll Jeopardy, whatever we come up with. And they have to answer, probably in the form of a question like, how much does Bon Jovi sucks? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, like on Jeopardy, right?
What is a lot?
I'll take Bon Jovi sucks for a gross of rubber, please. Yeah.
I don't know, but we'll figure it out. We're just, what we want to do is we want to give the stuff away to guys that first need it. That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great. You know what I mean? But I don't want to make people charity cases and shit. So, there's some stipulations. We'll have it all ironed out for you by the next podcast Sunday. We'll have it all ironed out. You'll know what to do. And maybe I'll make it easier. Some of you guys like to cry about stuff. Maybe I'll make it easier. But,
You have the nice thing about what you guys do with this format is you have live comments. So if I say something right now, no matter where they are, everybody hears it at the same time. So if I say type in the number 4, first person to type in the number 4, they're the ones that would either win or have the opportunity to talk. So, I mean, you could make it as super simple as possible, too.
Yeah.
It's going to be simple, but we're going to try. We're trying to figure out ways that would upset people. So, like, for instance, if you ask a question, if you try to answer a question, you have 30 seconds to answer it, because that way you're not on Google and trying to find the answer, because the time runs out, you're done. And there's no phone a friend. This ain't,
Right. There's going to be a couple of questions that are all about, like that 4 that Jacob Dell just typed in, and now Big Squeegee, that's the lag in the time there. I'm just now seeing those.
But but no matter how much lag you see, they have the same.
It doesn't matter. Whoever sees it, boom, ding, ding, ding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Jacob Dell would have won there. Yes. Yeah. So,
hey, Phil Alexander just said, I will add a double gooseneck and Unger pad with bronze wool 6x9, a $75 value. Thank you, Phil. Yeah. Now listen, the only thing is with this, we are relying on WCR. We're going to rely on Phil. Now, the tadpole you're going to send out, T.
Yes.
But Phil,
the tadpole and the water-fed pole, I'm going to be sending the zero pole.
Yeah. And Casper will direct ship the rubber based on what you want, what size you want, hardness you want, round T,
within
whatever.
reason. Don't be fucking twats about it.
Yeah, I need a gross of 48s, please. So
don't be a fucking twat. Yeah.
Yeah. I got 4 gross of rubber.
I think it should be limited. I think we should limit the size there. Don't you think?
Yes.
Casper's not even here to. You know what I mean?
22. I would say up to any size up to 22. You can mix and match. One gross of 18s, one gross of 22, one gross of 12s, one gross of 22, whatever you want. And listen, we're going to tell you right now, 1 prize per person. That's it. You can't win the pole, the rubber.
You gotta be in America too, because I ain't playing no games.
Yeah.
I ain't playing that overseas shipping shit. I ain't doing it.
Yeah. Continental United States
Yeah.
only.
Yeah. So whatever, bro.
So, it does suck. You don't really realize how awful it is shipping to even Canada. Like the way the laws are, like it's
I tried to
absolutely...
ship something to England and it went to Australia. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, dude. Yeah,
That's
dude.
awesome.
It went from Ohio to Australia, then somewhere in England, and they like, we don't know what to do, and then they sent it back to Australia, and then it came back. It was the Squeegee Life Gunslinger. And I ended up just giving Lewis Brown $100. I was like, go buy a fucking gunslinger, dude. This is it's insane.
Yeah, and then you know what? That thing went around the world and then was most likely a big disappointment because it fucking leaked anyway.
It leaked.
How's that?
The whole back panel got wet. The whole back panel,
Yeah. Well, I'll tell
First
you
day
what.
I used it, wet.
Everywhere when people opened the box and they're like, I don't want that. And then they sent it over to Australia. They got it and they're like, I don't want that.
Yeah. I traded a water-fed pole with a guy that had what I wanted and I had what he wanted and he had what I wanted type thing, and he was in Canada, so we each paid our own shipping. And for me to get the pole through customs was $200. You have to go to an outside broker or something, Jersey. You might know about that. Was $275. I had to pay a broker to get it through customs, and he had to pay over $500 to get an American pole into. It's crazy, dude. He's like, he sends me the receipt. He goes, this cost me $500, and I'm like, holy crap. I go, look, I feel bad. I paid $250. You paid $500. You want to just split the difference? I'll send you the difference. He's like, no, it's all good. I just wanted to let you know that shipping stuff into the United States sucks. And I go, well, I had to, it's like basically paying someone off to get it through the border. Ridiculous. That's
exactly what it is. Like at that point, you're paying everybody who has their hand. Everybody who touches it has to get their cut. It's like doing a trade show in the back end. Like every single person has to get their piece, and
right.
Just makes it not even worth it sometimes. So.
No, it's not. It's not.
Well, hey, sorry. Yeah, that's why we did it, Richie, is so Jason can't win any fucking prizes because he wins shit he don't need, and then like fucking whacks it up against the building and drags it down the road and then wants to give it away.
Yeah, and another thing, whoever gets Jason's
hashtag
poll,
besties. Yeah, what's up?
Whoever gets Jason's poll is getting one of those big jugs of hand sanitizer to clean the pole before they use it, because you never know where Jason's hands have been. Just saying.
Yeah, so
So Luke will correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard rumor that he's actually donating a lock of his beard for the giveaway.
Oh, yes. Nice.
That's pretty good.
I'm going to turn it into a keychain, and I'm going to sleep with
it.
Nice.
Yeah, but anyways, that would be really
I'm going to put it in a water-fed pole brush, see how well it scrubs.
Yeah. Well, you got a constructor brush, don't you?
No.
We need to come hang out with you guys soon. Yeah, you guys should come on the pod. You guys should come you and Rihanna should come to Ohio like in late September and go ride roller coasters with us. Don't be scared, homie. Hashtag don't be scared, homie. Philip, could you please post your shipping account information so we can ship these items? Up his crack. I don't know, guys. This might be the worst episode we ever did. We should have just let Jersey host this one. And me and you just sat here marking while Jersey did his thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like how Jersey's like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
I'm
Jersey, it's probably
with a pen right now.
Yeah, Jersey, it's probably better to keep your hands in view. Okay.
What do I do with? I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah. I'm also thinking.
It's so fucking funny, man. Will Ferrell from what is it, Talladega Nights, where he's standing there. I don't know what to do with my that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking kills me. That dude is so funny.
Yeah. I'm thinking also the bigger the value of the prize, the harder the question's going to be, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I
think so.
Yeah.
I think the two grosses of rubbers should be. I think that should be hard. I think the poll should be. I think they all should be hard. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask some podcast questions. Like I want one question to be about the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so those of you who watch the
they've been
podcast,
watching from jump know the answers. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
that means y'all better start brushing up.
Yeah, you better brush up on your podcast, cuz. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it'll be a good episode. People calling in might be a bummer. You know what I mean? But
I think that's a better way to do it. Have them
Big Red, then fuck you.
Big Red.
Okay,
I'm thinking they'll be live on the
Yeah.
air. They don't have to show their face, but better than
they gotta download Skype. See, and that's the issue. They gotta have Skype.
Yeah.
Here's how you get around that: is you take your phone and you give out your number, or you port a number through Google Voice or whatever, and then you speakerphone it into the mic so you can hang up on them when it's time.
That's a good idea.
People have a
I
problem.
should go get a track phone, right?
There you go.
One of them little burner phones from
I was just gonna
Walmart.
say,
The little flip
are you
phone.
saying you don't have a burner?
I ain't got a burner, cuz.
That day, T Squeegee, I guarantee, has had a burner.
Yeah,
Dude.
at one point in time, yes, of course.
Dude, early on in my career,
I've had a pistol with serial numbers not on it. I had to get rid of it though, because that's bad, dude. You know what I mean?
Well,
Everybody's
that's-
done something questionable. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing hotter than a $2 pistol. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ever- yeah. You ever heard of Boost Mobile?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So when you're poor, you got shit.
I had
just
a
gotta
Boost
do
mobile
shit,
phone
bro.
when I first started this shit, and the factory ringtones are ghetto as hell. I'm like, what the hell is this? The ringtones that are installed on it are ghetto. I mean, bad.
Henry said podcast has become all about blowing the in crowd, I guess. Man, fuck you, dude.
What?
Fuck you, man. That just pissed me off. Fuck you, dude.
Blowing the in crowd?
Yeah, all right.
He'll be the first one to try to win the stuff, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Henry, aren't you looking
Jeez.
for some water-fed pole hose? I could probably dig something up and hand that out.
TJ just downloaded some free app. The funniest podcast ever is After KC with Josh and Tim. Yeah, that shit was a good podcast. Holmes and Watkins. I'm with you, Power Wash Plus. That was the worst fucking movie ever, dude. Holmes and Watson was fucking terrible, man. I was just like, no.
See, when the ratings are that bad, it's supposed to be a cult classic. You're supposed to be able to see past it, but you couldn't.
Dude, no. Come on. Cult class. Come on, bruh. That shit was terrible, man. That was so bad. I can't believe fucking Henry just said we blow people, dude. That's fucking crazy, man.
See,
Jesus,
this
dude.
is the part of media that is your problem, is that you care what people say.
Yeah, it does bother me. It does. Well, coming from Henry, it bothers me.
Well, here's the thing, though, too. That could very well be. It's very hard in text to get people's
Maybe
vibe.
I'm not. Yeah, maybe I'm not getting the inflection of the voice there. Maybe he didn't mean necessarily me.
Yes,
know,
and
but-
here's what I do when I get cussed out. I always think in my brain, like I have to care about your opinion to feel sad about what it is.
Okay.
You know, and not
Nice.
Henry, because Henry, I know he's a regular here, so not him,
Yeah.
but everybody else. You care about his opinion, and that's why it hurts.
Right. Sad face. The podcast just took a terrible turn. We were all
Spiraling
man,
downhill.
100th episode, we're giving away a whole bunch of shit, and now it's like, oh, well, you guys blow fucking everybody. Now you guys are blowing people. Blah, 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 blah. And it tastes like fucking candy.
See,
I like it. I like it. 3-story parking garages, guys.
Hey, you think we could get him on?
I think what you should do for number 100 is get like little bits, like little people on for like no time, but get Phil on, get Ron on, get like everybody on just for like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah, give him 5 minutes. I thought I think we talked about that. Get some of the guests that have come on, and even Joe. We could have Joe on, you know. I mean, there's no hard feelings there. He jumped ship. Joe Bag of Donuts, Mr. Honda Davidson.
Oh, Joey Bag of Donuts. You know who I'm talking about. Fucking Joseph Henry Hardy.
Yeah. He could come on for 5 minutes.
Joey Bag of Donuts. That's so fucking good. He is. We got to start calling him Joey Bag of Donuts. That's so fucking good, man. Yeah, I got no hard feelings with nobody, man.
Yeah.
I said what I said, and I meant what I said when I said it. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I don't care. I was pissed off about the situation, what was going on with Richie, and I just felt like, we should have stood united on that. But it is what it is, man. Whatever's whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever.
You know what's interesting about this, and especially me and you, us talking about this, but the funny thing is about this industry, which is a male-driven industry, has got more drama than anything I've ever been involved in my life. It's amazing. Yeah.
Well, Jersey, as I've said a million times, if you feeling passive aggressive, if you ever see me post on pro window cleaning, it's because I want to fight with someone. Yeah, that's the bottom line. Mm-hmm. Dude, you could put a guy that is one of the most proficient window cleaners or glass restoration guy or pressure washer on there and put a 10-second video. Within 10 minutes, you'll be lambasted over the coals.
Right.
I mean, it's horrible,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I go on there and just look
I
at
think
some stuff,
Henry
I'm like,
should donate the knife he just slayed me with live on the podcast right there, saying I fucking blow people.
You can't donate it; it's still in your back, I think. But this is the problem with the internet. Is like this is my cover. I can say anything I want to anybody, just like. And the problem is that a guy like I try to go to a lot of events, and there's only one person who's ever gotten me to that one. I'm not a short guy. I'm a full-figured male, but I'm not a short guy. So people meet me for the first time, and they do the kind of look up a little bit, like, oh, you're bigger than I thought, because I sit in a pink chair,
Yeah.
Most people don't say what they say to you online in real life, so you just have to realize that,
Right. Well, I've got a big mouth, so I say things that get me in trouble all the time. So I am a dummy. I happen to be stupid.
The other
I'm a big child. Dude, when we were in Kansas City, I was actually like physically like pushed in, like, dude, let's go to, no, let me go say something to this motherfucker. Nah, let's just go. Let's go eat something, TJ. They like were bartering me, baiting me with food. Like, we should go get something to eat, right, Chubby?
See, that's what friends do. They know what's going on.
Yeah.
I got your back, but I don't need to have your back, right? Let's go get some.
Right. Let's just go. Yeah, just ignore that.
I would have to say the biggest part of that shit show was when we went back to the hotel. Mm-hmm. Okay, to do a water-fed pole demonstration. And we walked around the entire fucking perimeter of the hotel to get back to where we started, which was like a 12-mile trek. Okay, right. And then we get there, and out of the 10 to 12 people working that pole, not fucking one of them knew how to even assemble the motherfucker. Remember that?
Yes.
It was a nightmare.
And the dude that was like doing the water-fed pole demonstration, you can just tell the dude's never cleaned a dirty window before. Like the way he was using the pole, he's like, if you're going to give a demonstration, it should be, I think you should at least be able to clean the window properly, show the proper technique.
Well, you know what they were doing was they were, instead of raising the pole up and down and using your strength to do it, they were walking back and forth. I had a total flashback to my wedding when 400 heifers were doing the electric slide on the fucking dance floor.
I don't know. Everybody does things differently, but I mean, your legs are going to get tired after a while doing that. You know what I mean?
Slide to the left.
Slide to the
right.
Top
3 times.
And
slide
the up,
to the
down,
right.
the problem with it was not only was it the up, down, but it was the banging up over top of the white vinyl fucking windows, the vinyl clad windows. So they were oxidized. So gray shit was coming down the windows.
Well, there's something to be said. I mean, you can have 2 guys completely arguing that have been in the industry for 10 years each. Now you put in somebody who is new, and it's hard, because it's like textbook to real life. Like, there's a lot of stuff in textbook. Look at OSHA. There's a lot of stuff in textbook of the way you're supposed to do things. You can't do things the way you're supposed to sometimes. And that's, if you're not a window cleaner, it's hard to...
I was gonna play some gay ass music.
As soon as he pulled his phone out, I'm like,
I was like, oh no. What is that? Is that the Macarena?
Yeah. I couldn't find electric. Sorry, I couldn't type fast enough to get the electric slide.
That's so good. I couldn't spell electric.
Well, if I could spell Macarena, you know I can spell electric.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I don't. Philip Alexander said he would beat PT with my Kevlar 72. Oh, that's great.
I think that would be I would almost like. I don't want to see harm to anybody, but
Yeah.
I would be willing to watch Phil and Perry just square
battle.
up.
That would be awesome. It would be like King Kong versus Godzilla. You know what I mean?
Well, first of all, Phil could definitely take him right out at the knees, and that would be the end of it.
Yeah.
Straight punch to the knees.
But you know what? I have my money on Perry on the fight because Phil wouldn't even fight him. He wouldn't even get a punch in before he tried to sell him a simple.
Oh,
that's what happened.
Well,
that is
first
a
of
very
all, it depends
solid
on
and valid point you've got there, Jersey, for sure. He would definitely put up he would probably email him a couple of links to his store.
Dude, let me ask you a question, though. Do you ever fight someone that smells? Like, dude,
I have. Yeah.
I did wrestling in high school, and you always had that asshole. He would fucking reach between his legs and grab you in the fucking mouth on purpose, so you'd be like, oh my God. That's part of fucking wrestling, right? Now, imagine fighting someone that looks like that fucking pig pen from Charlie Brown with the fucking smell vapor coming off of him.
Yeah.
You got to beat him up quick, or else you get that stank on you.
There's nothing I could do to that guy to make him worse than he is already. I'm not.
Yeah. TJ, do you happen to have any shock stops you want to donate to me? I want to prove that electricity will fry the pole. You don't have to prove that.
Well, there's only one that's been tested so far, and I'm kind of
there's
putting
only one that's been tested thus far, and it's apparently just recently. That's Sean Gavin. With Tucker. I mean, that's so scary, though, dude. I mean, that takes balls to come out publicly and be like, yo, we're doing this. Cool,
well, the big thing you have to understand with that is that it was tested to know, and it's the same thing of like a mechanical safety on a gun if you're a firearm guy. Like, understand that it can offer some protection, but that's not what it's for. Like, you should never trust it. It's the same thing. Like, on one of those polls, and Sean says it very, very clearly, like, hey, we tested this so we know, but don't rely on that being factual, because there's so many things. I mean, if you have non-pure water...
There's so many things, but there's also so many dumbasses out there. But please continue.
The downside is on toasters or hair dryers, there's a label that says don't use in the bathroom. Like, unfortunately, there's people out there. Like I said, natural selection in the real world is the dumb, like gazelle gets eaten by the lion.
That's
we don't have that in humanity. We have electricity. That's our lion. Like, somebody's going to use that poll and go, well, I thought it, and there you go, you know.
Here's the thing.
Kevin Hargis said that Philip would kick him in the nuts and give him a watchtower.
And then knock on him.
Yeah.
You know what, though? Here's the thing, and it was brought up about, 780 volt high tension line, don't fuck around, and you can't see it coming. It will just instantly fucking explode whatever gets the electricity to the ground. But Sean did mention, and something people don't think about, is lightning. Dude, let me tell you something. Lightning could make you travel through time. You guys watch Back to the Future, right?
Yeah.
A fucking gigawatt. You ain't getting no gigawatt out of a power line.
It's not a gigawatt. It's a gigawatt.
But what I'm saying is, dude, lightning. I don't give a shit what you got in your hands. Lightning will fucking melt your shit.
Here's one. Like, you can catch lightning one time. You can catch like 780 volt like one time.
Yeah.
But you don't get to do it and go, whoa, I gotta be more careful. It doesn't happen now.
Right. Yes, Richie, we do offer live counseling, Richie. All you have to do is call the show. I'll call you. You'll come on and we'll give you live counseling while we're on the air. That's how we do this, dude. We're here for your self-esteem. Richie's got a new invention. I can't hold it in any longer. Richie has got a new invention. It's something that me and Mark have been really, really impressed with. He's finally come out with a microphone that will pick up farts without having to dig your phone into your ass. It just like telescopes out. You push a button and it goes right down where it's supposed to go. It's pre-measured.
Wireless.
It goes right in there, wireless, right in there.
Yeah.
Just like Jersey's got there. It just like booms down there.
Yeah. Let her rip, tater chip.
Good to let her rip, tater chip.
If you talk like that, though, then you're going to find one of those come to market before he can bring it to market. I'm not saying who, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it'll be a cheap Chinese version, and it'll probably break. So
you probably have to put glue on it.
Yeah, you have to put glue on
Actually, the first 500 people that buy them will get total shit, and then the second 500 people will get something a little bit better, like Apple, you know.
And then the
Jersey,
final 75 will get something somewhat better than the last thing.
Yeah, with Apple. When Apple comes out with a phone, I don't know about you guys, but I clean a mall that has an Apple store, and people line up like in the 70s for concert tickets all the way. I'm like, you guys have nothing else to do? Well, that's what certain people believe, that their products are like Apple, and they evolve. The only difference is when you buy that iPhone 2, it actually works when you plug it in. It might not be as good as a 10, but it does make phone calls.
But at least, it does serve its purpose.
Yes.
It drives Mark nuts that he compares himself to Apple. It drives Mark absolutely
that is the epitome of
nuts
fucking arrogance. You know?
Yes, it drives him fucking bonkers that we're the Apple of window cleaning. Mark's like, no, you are not.
Fucking rotten banana. What the fuck?
At least that's what the inside of your pants look like, a smushed rotten banana. Ta-da! Dude, how do we animate those friggin' poopy pants into that video? Someone needs to tell me how to do this.
They have to, like, whoever does it has to, like, have them, like, doing somersault floating pie. You know, it's just like a random graphic.
Dude, what you need to do is get him walking around in those pants and then delete the body so the pants just walk by themselves. Holy shit. Like fucking zombies, Walking Dead.
I need to start messing around with shit. I'm going to mess around with shit tomorrow. Like, it's supposed to rain all day, so I'm going to do some tinkering tomorrow. You guys...
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman strikes again. Hank Hill is going to explain some things to you.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I'll tell you what, those pants probably stink pretty bad. You know, this is really beyond hard body karate, right, T?
Yes.
You know, it's just beyond.
Yeah.
You know what sucks for, like, the world is that eventually when he does say, hey, you know what, Richie's free, you're going to move on to the next person. And we don't know who that's going to be yet. So, like, you know, you never know. Could be.
I think just personally, you know, and I don't know any circumstances or anything like that, but to me personally, with what's happened with Richie and Black Diamond Rubber and Reach It's parting ways, that's got to throw up some red flags with anyone within the community that may be or already is in the works of working with him. They're probably, you know, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe their relationship will be better with him because of all this.
Well, you know what I mean? Like I said before, I don't ever wish harm on anybody, and I hope financially that, you know, things can turn around in his end. But the side of the whole Richie B thing, like, that just needs to be resolved. Like that,
I agree.
Of all people that it could have gone south on, Richie's like one of the absolute nicest, genuine people in all the world. So, like, that side of it is what really hurts and like tugs at people's strings. Is that it wasn't enough. You couldn't get the second worst person in the industry, and all of a sudden they screw them. You're like, oh well, they deserve it. Who cares? Like, but it's Richie, you know.
Yeah. I think that's why I got so pissed and I drew lines in the sand with people. You know what I mean? It's because I've met the dude in person and I've spent some time with him. I talk to him a lot, and you know, I have a good relationship with him. And it fucking, you know, it's one of those situations where, like, I would, like, you know, if I had to, I'd throw hands if I had to. You know what I'm saying? That's how passionate I am about what's happened to him, because it fucking sucks.
I like Richie so much that I'm starting to do my hair like him.
Yeah. I noticed you're getting a little slick there. Yeah. You're almost there, dude. You're almost just a little more time, and you boom. Then you'll have it all flipped over. What's that juice that Richie pours on himself? That special
Soul Glow. Soul Glow.
Soul Glow.
I heard, now this may be a rumor, he can confirm or deny it, but I heard he's so diehard window cleaner, it's actually Dawn.
Just dunks his head in the bucket.
No,
and then he
I can tell you right now with Richie, it's probably his own secret formula of soap that he's got that he creates himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Knowing Richie, that's probably what it is.
See, what makes Richie so awesome is I will bet anybody $20 the next time I see Richie, he has a comb in one of his pockets. Like, I know he's got a guy. I just know it.
No, I think once he does his hair, I think it's there for life. I've only seen Richie disheveled once, and that was recently. He was disheveled. He was just like his hair was all messed up. All that stuff. That was a nice thing to say, Josh, but I have to be up front and tell you I'm heterosexual.
That's what they all say.
Yeah, that's what they all say live on the camera.
When you see Richie on the podcast or whatnot, or see, I don't really look at his Facebook page, but he does some videos and he sends us some stuff. And if you never met him, the first thing you would say when you see him is, that guy uses Brute. And he uses a lot of it. He leaves a puddle. Yeah.
Do you ever see Brother Where Art Thou? You know how George Clooney's character's got that I forgot, like Dipper Dan's or whatever.
Dapper
that
Dan. Dapper Dan.
Like, if he loses
he's always got
hand,
his comb in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking there might be. It's gonna be his own recipe, but it's gonna be a little can of it. I know.
Yeah.
So hopefully that right there,
yeah.
Hopefully that right there was enough of us blowing Richie, because that's what we do here at Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio, blow people. We blow the in crowd. We just got done blowing the in crowd again. You know what I mean? We've blown the in crowd so much we have stretch marks around our lips. So it's
you know who I really like though. Speaking of, is Henry. I mean, Henry's window cleaning is he is such a nice guy.
Yeah.
I really am very excited to meet him. We could just keep going on him, and then he's part of the in crowd.
Maybe his self-esteem will go up a couple. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like Henry. I think I like Henry's weaponry, and I like the way Henry hangs from the garage rafters. I think both those things that he does are excellent.
Listen, T though, if you like his weaponry, that's something you can't just go out and say. That's something you say after your couple drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Fortunately, hopefully when you meet him, he'll be chained to a wall.
Just turning the tides on him. That's how
Shrek ass motherfucker. Oh, Shrek face head ass dude. Hashtag blowing the in crowd. Yes, that's my new sticker. It's coming out next. The hashtag blowing the in crowd.
You know who I really like is Casey Lee. Man, that's just
that guy's really awesome too, man.
Genuinely,
just a great guy.
See that Henry just apologized. He said, "I'm sorry." He's taking his knife
Henry,
back.
Hey, listen, that's the problem. Everyone wants to bust my chops, but when I bust chops back, they all get mad and shit.
Yeah, well, look, Henry, it's no ill will,
guys.
buddy. It's just fun. Yeah, it's all fun. I am serious though about the chains, but other than that, it's all fun.
I'm just funning, bro. Why can't I just fun? Admit it, Henry. You want to blow the in crowd too? Don't lie. So, in honor of blowing the in crowd, I'm gonna have Luke the window cleaner come on the podcast for a minute.
Cool.
So. He's super duper the in crowd. Hashtag besties. Hashtag let's build a diorama.
They're not have to leave again because I'm gonna be the only one without facial hair.
Trust me, this isn't facial hair, dude. I've been growing this since I was 17.
Hey, this is No Shave November. You see this?
Yes, dude.
Still going.
I'm right there with you, dude. I don't know. With as much trouble as we had starting this podcast earlier. You may or may not get to see Luke on camera because it's just that big of a shit show we've got going on. We can't hear you or see you. All we can hear is you banging the mic around, Luke. Oh, there he is. Hey, girl.
That work?
Yeah. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on, dude? What are you into, man?
I just got done with paperwork, man.
Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we figured we'd have a moment with Luke. He was like, "Hey, man, what are you guys doing?" I was like, "I don't know. You should call us." So I called him.
Oh, you can't. Is it too dark?
Yes.
Can you guys see me?
We can see you, and we can see the cat in the background. It's pretty dope. I don't know which cat that is.
You want to see his lion haircut?
Yeah, let's see it.
Oh, Waldo.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hi.
Oh shit.
That is awesome.
That is pretty rad.
You know what? The only thing, every time I talk to Luke, it makes me feel bad is that I don't treat my kids as good as he treats his kids, though.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
genuine
Oh,
love.
look at the tails even got it. The tail's even done up,
Yep.
dude. That's
Oh yeah, man.
dude. That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should send that to Vegas. Let him hang out with Siegfried and Roy.
No, he loves it though. I think he's just getting really old. He's like 12, and he just hates cleaning himself. And he's a long-haired cat, so we cut him twice a year in the summer, and he loves it. Like turns him into a little kitten, and
Really?
Cool.
No kidding. Gives him
Yeah.
some energy. Gives him some pep in his step.
hell yeah.
Oh,
So what's
that's
going
cool.
on, guys? What are you guys doing? What's going on?
Just shooting the shit. You know us.
Yeah.
What
We-
did you have a super duper busy day today?
Yeah, it was pretty busy, man. Gutter cleaning's like insane. I mean, for us it's busy. I know for other guys, they're doing like $1 million a day or whatever.
Right.
So
Oh no,
But
dude,
for
you're
us, it's
wrong.
busy,
Window cleaners that don't do $1 million a day are not window cleaners. At least according to pro window cleaning. I would get like $9,000 a window for that.
That's the going rate if you pull it. That's the going rate.
Yeah.
Totally.
Meanwhile, the guy's pulling up in a '72 Pinto.
Yeah.
Hashtag paid for.
Yeah.
Hashtag paid for. Hashtag killing it in my Pinto.
yeah, no, it's just been really busy, man. We booked 4 more gutter cleanings today, and I've got 6 on. I have 6 on Saturday. It's just been like that, like week after week. I think it's the new website. My website, I think, is performing pretty well because I've never had gutter cleaning blow up like this before. I think I've booked at least 10 gutter cleanings this week. We got, like I said, 6 on Saturday. It's just crazy, man. It's like Luke the gutter cleaner. I mean, screw window cleaning, and it's actually pretty easy money. We have a minimum of 200. So it doesn't matter if it's 1,000 square foot home, anything over a 2,000 square foot home. And obviously if they have gutter guards, we start moving up in the price, 250, 300, whatever. Right. And I mean, yeah, we get a lot of no's. A lot of people are like, you're crazy. I'm not paying you $200 to do 1,000 square foot home. And I'm like, okay, call another guy.
Luke, Alex Lambrinides has a question. He wants to know if you want his cats, and if you do, he'll mail them to you.
His cats?
Yes.
Yeah.
He will mail them to you.
No, man. We gotta get rid of some. I want we have one of those what are they? A Sphinx, the bald cats?
Yes.
Oh, dude, my buddy has one of those. They're creepy to touch, man.
Hell yeah! No, they look.
Austin Powers.
It's like a nut sack with a. It's
yeah,
like
it
a
is.
Nut
It's
sack
exactly.
with legs,
it's like
dude.
It's like a scrotum with legs.
No, man, we've really been wanting one. We got a broken cat. She's kind of slow, and she's broken, and we kind of want to swap her out for another one.
Dude,
So
but let me tell you one thing, 'cause like I said, my buddy's got one of those. They have huge skin issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bald ass cats, whatever they call. They have
the rat-looking cats.
Yeah, they have weird skin issues. Never mind the fact that no one will ever pet that thing. But
yeah,
I think they said that you have to bathe them once a week or something.
Yeah, you gotta lube them up.
My buddy Jason wants one real bad. He's like, dude, I just think it's cute. I'm like, what in the fuck about that is cute, dude?
Yeah,
He's like, it's just so ugly, it's cute. I'm like,
they're
awesome,
awesome, man.
All right. All right.
I've been wanting a raccoon too, honestly. But I know there's no way. I would love to have a baby raccoon.
Well, I had one when I was a kid.
Did you?
I had a raccoon, and once it gets about 9 months, 10 months old, fucking forget about it, dude. Yeah, forget about it, dude. It's insane.
At that point.
One of my employees had a raccoon that he got from a baby. The mom got killed, and they took in the baby, and he had it for about 6-7 years, which I think is the lifespan. And I never saw it, but he showed me pictures, and I always asked him about it, and he said, no matter what you do, it's still a wild raccoon. It acts like a raccoon. It'll be tame. You can pet it, but it'll still get in the trash. It'll figure out how to open the trash can lid. And I said, well, where does it used to sleep in a drawer? That for whatever reason, it opened a drawer and it had a blanket in there, and the thing would sleep in the drawer. But it hung out with the dog. I mean, and
we have a friend that had one for like a year and a half, 2 years. Had one. I mean, it was like part of the family. But the one that we had when I was younger, that motherfucker went nuts, dude. We had to let him out.
You know what I
dude.
always wanted? As a kid, I wanted a chimpanzee. Remember that show, BJ and the Bear?
Dude, that thing will rip your arm off and beat
ate
you,
that
dude.
lady's face, and they masturbate and throw their poo at you.
Yeah,
Not a fun
said
pet.
it'll rip your face off, man.
Yeah, ate that
It
lady's
literally
face.
will rip your face off, dude.
Yeah, but that monkey was doing bath salts, so it's kind of.
That's true.
That monkey was from Florida.
He said that monkey was doing bath salts. That's so good.
Said that he has 4 pet squirrels, and if that is true, I'm jealous because a pet squirrel. Now that seems, I know it's like a giant rodent, but that seems like that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, I got one for you. I was cleaning a furniture store, and I was pressure cleaning and window cleaning. And I walked down this sidewalk, and I see this baby squirrel. He was about 6 inches long, right? And I'm like, holy crap. And he didn't run away when I walked up to him, right? So I'm like, maybe he's sick. And then I went back to my business, and I said, if he's still here when I'm done, I had about a half hour's more work, I'll bring him home. Because my neighbor, she's got like a fucking petting zoo in the backyard, right? So I'm like, she'll know what to do with it. So I'm trying to think. I had some boxes. Oh, bird spikes. I was putting up bird spikes the next day. So I took all the bird spikes out of the bird spike box, and I said, I'll put them in this in the bird spike box, right? So I poked some holes in the top of it, and I put this fucking squirrel in there. Next thing I know, he's running around the inside of my truck. Okay, and he'd come right up to me. You could hold him and pet him. So I brought him home, and my kids wanted to keep it, right? Yeah. So I go, no, we got to take it next door. Well, she still has it. It comes to them, yeah.
Dude, that's
and
hilarious.
It's really friendly. Yeah, it's cool.
People are hashtag short story long in the fucking.
Well, how long has she had the squirrel now?
She's had it for about 7 months. It's pretty much full grown. And I went online, and they said they will bond if they lose their mother. You found it at the right time. They'll bond with anybody, thinking you're their mother.
Have you ever seen that video where that dude like nurses this baby squirrel back to health, and he takes it outside to get rid of it, and a cat runs up and fucking snatches it off the tree? Have you seen that video?
No,
dude, it is so heartbreaking.
I
the
thought
dude
you were talking
just
about
like,
the one
go ahead, be free, and then instantly this cat just comes out of nowhere, snatches it, and fucking takes off, dude. And this woman's like mortified. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious. But go ahead, please continue.
Send me that one. I thought you were talking about the one. I just saw one where a guy like did CPR on a squirrel. Have you guys seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that. That would
with
be
his
cool.
finger. He's like, "Live, little buddy," and I mean, it's like a 3-minute video of him like, and then you see him get close to it. He's thinking about like breathing in his mouth, and he's like, "Nah, screw that shit."
Is that
Just
the moment
keeps
it
walking
wakes
out his
up?
heart.
Yeah.
No, yeah, exactly. No, he saved it though. It came back to life. I think he what did he do? He hit it with his motorcycle or something. I don't know.
Really?
I didn't watch the beginning.
Brought
Yeah,
it back to life. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was the greatest video ever. Richie knows the video I'm talking about. Like this dude like nursed, and he's like, "Go ahead, be free, little buddy," and it starts climbing, and then this fucking cat just snatches it right off the tree. It was the saddest thing I've ever. I felt so bad for that dude. I was like, man, that's so bad, But that's the animal kingdom, guys. Shit happens,
Circle of life.
Sometimes you're the nail, and sometimes you're the hammer. It just all depends.
Hey, I wanted to ask you guys. I can't. I was only going to jump on for like 5 minutes or something.
Yeah,
I wanted to say what's
fine.
up to my favorite people here.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask. I know Jersey's definitely going to be at the huge convention. Are you guys going to be there?
No.
I'm putting pressure on you.
I have one issue, and
this is
as
the
I've
issue.
stated before, my brother is retiring from the Air Force in a couple months, and so I've got to take the family to Texas, and it's right around the same time.
Oh yeah, man.
So
Definitely.
yeah, but definitely next year I'm in. I'll have more time to plan it because I if I'm not
that's another
traveling
thing.
for
We're giving
business.
away. We got a couple of tickets to the huge
Got 10
convention to give
tickets.
away too.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Give
giving
us
away
10.
on the show tonight?
No,
No,
tonight.
on the 100th episode, buddy.
On
we
the
got
100th
episode,
episode.
yeah.
Okay.
Listen, and you can't win just because
Yeah, you
we
can't
know
win.
you got a
You're
lot
not
of money.
allowed
Okay, with all these videos and all that stuff you do, and the 1,200 naked cats running around the house. But you can't win. But we've got like $4,000 worth of stuff to give out.
No joke.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Well,
I
I'm
just-
gonna have to.
Yeah.
I'll have to share that out on our social media,
absolutely.
whatever too. Yeah, I didn't know you guys had all that stuff to give away, man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
we got
we're
all
not.
kinds of
We're.
stuff.
It's everybody
It's
that
not
has
us.
stepped up.
It's not
WCR, Casper.
Yeah.
You know, all
No,
those
yeah,
sites.
but that's huge, man. So I'll share it out, and it's a shame you guys won't go because the coolest thing about,
Well,
I mean,
listen, Luke, no offense, but when we're done with this, you'll be shutting your channel down.
Yeah. You're like, screw this.
I'm done,
Screw
man.
this. Yeah.
No, but it'll be a shame because I mean, like the coolest part for me about the huge convention is just meeting up with
Yeah.
people, you know, sitting back
Sure.
and have a beer. We've talked about it, TJ. Just like it'd be
Right.
cool to grab a beer with you guys, man, and just
Right. Well,
shoot the
see,
shit.
this is
So
the thing. I want to go, but I just don't know if I'm going to be able to. Not only is Mark not going, which really puts a damper on the whole thing.
dude, I get it, man.
know what
That's
I
the
mean?
reason right there.
That's the main reason.
If Mark's not
That's-
going, you're not. I mean, you're
Yeah,
not.
that's the main reason.
Oh man, I didn't make it. I didn't go last year just because it just was not. It was not a smart decision to go. You know, it didn't make sense to miss out on a whole week's worth of work, and we were in the middle of trying to get approved for this home and everything else, and it was like, dude, it just didn't make sense. So
Right.
I get
Yeah,
it.
well, see, I'm not getting ready to get approved for a home. I've already got mine, so I
Boom.
know. Yeah, I like to. That's a little dig on Luke right there because he's only like looked at 750,000 houses. So.
Oh my god! Man. No, we're in the 70s now. I was
The
actually just
70s?
talking to
Oh.
Alex about that. Yeah, we're in the 70s, man. It's ridiculous. So
Your realtor hates you. Hates your face.
nah, yeah, oh yeah, she hates us, man, for sure. She told us the other day. She's like, Luke, this is back in the 50s. You know, we were in the 50s. She's like, can you guys believe we've looked at 50 homes? I mean, literally 50 homes. Your file's like this thick, guys, but it's fine. We'll just keep looking. I'm like, okay.
So let me ask you: is Rihanna? Are you just particular, or are you just not?
No, it's not that we're particular. It's just that the inventory is so low in Kansas City that we're just not willing to pay that much over asking price like everyone's doing.
Yeah.
So the thing is that there's only one home for every 11 buyers in Kansas City right now.
Wow.
So it's absolutely a seller's market. And so, for example, last week we found a home. It was going for the estimated value was like 158, and I was like, man, I like the home, and we're so tired of looking. Let's just go in at 170, full closing. That's a pretty legit offer, I feel like.
Yeah.
12,000 over, full closing. And they said, no, thank you. We've got a better offer. And I'm like, what? Are you serious? Like, how is this even going to get appraised?
Well,
So
listen, not for nothing, but if you guys are interested in doing a pretty hefty build out, I know there's going to be a vacant storefront around there pretty quickly.
There you go, man. Man, we're open to almost anything right now. I mean,
Jesus.
dude, and that's why we're actually talking about like probably going even lower, finding something like 140, 130 that's kind of is going to be super beat up and just remodeling the damn thing
Let me ask you
ourselves.
something. Is there any property left to build your own house?
Yeah, no, there's plenty of property to build your own house. It's just, I mean, we're pretty big Dave Ramsey people, and we're trying to get this home paid off in 7 years. That's the whole idea. So we're doing a 15-year conventional loan, but pay it off in 7.
Yeah.
Get rid of that thing. So I mean, we just don't want to jump all in, and with getting that much property and everything, just for it's unrealistic for us to pay it off in 7 years like the plan. So,
Right.
anyone listen to Dave Ramsey here? Any other Dave Ramsey? No.
Yeah.
No.
You do, Josh?
I do. I
All
don't adhere
right.
by it, but I know friends that they like live by that for years.
Oh yeah, man, Dave Ramsey. He's the man. I
Is
mean,
he
are
the
like-
winch? The guy that makes the winches for trucks?
What?
Ramsey
No.
winch? Oh.
no, man. This guy's like he's
Oh,
like
my God, Mark
a
Tanner.
he's kind of like a I
He's
don't know
like a
how would
funny
you
dude.
Is
Like,
he
yeah,
motivational?
Motivational speaker?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
the guy that tells you like what you should learn in school. You know how they teach you algebra for no reason? They don't teach you how to like do financing, so everybody gets into proms and everybody gets out, and as soon as they can get a credit card, they have $10,000 in debt. Dave
Yeah.
Ramsey's like, okay, let's like figure out how we can do it. Puts envelope system. It's a whole thing, but if those people like Luke, you're probably in that like that. It's a lifestyle. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we don't follow it to the T because I think he's pretty nuts. I mean, he's like,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
you shouldn't live with any debt, and it's just not possible how he
Yeah.
does it. But we take little things from his radio show because we'll pop on like conservative radio when we're just working throughout the day. His show will come on, we'll listen to it, and we'll just take little bits from a show. And it's like, I can't do everything that guy says, man. I mean, he doesn't want you to get a car loan. He doesn't want you to have a credit card. And I'm like, well, if you don't have debt or any credit, how are you going to get a loan for a house or whatever? It just doesn't make sense.
There
to me,
are
so.
ups and downs to everything. When I started my business, I've always said I drove a 1988 Mitsubishi Mighty Max that I spray painted with a can of Rattle primer. Okay, and I got a lot of work because people said, this guy, he's working hard, but look what he's driving here, no AC in Florida, and let's give him some work. And I used that. Then it gets to a point where you like one year I got taxed $8,000 because I didn't have enough write-offs. All my shit was paid for. My account's like, dude, you think it's funny to buy these piles of shit and run them into the ground, but you got nothing to write off. So, I had to buy not a new truck, but I bought a 1-year-old truck because I'd rather have the truck than give the money away to the government. So there is not having any debt in business, dude, that doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. And that's what I'm saying. Like some of his stuff, I think in the real world doesn't work. And you have to remember, I think he's worth like 14 million or more.
Right.
So I mean, it's kind of different. Like, yeah, Dave, I'm sure if you want to go buy that, whatever, you've got the cash. And for us, it's like,
don't take the advice from the guy who's 14 million in debt right now.
Well, no, I'm just saying he's worth.
Don't call Perry. Don't call Perry.
I look at it like this.
Perry.
Yeah, we all make mistakes, and if you learn from your mistakes, you know what I'm saying? You learn from your mistakes financially, you'll be okay. I'm not going to do that again. It's when you constantly make mistake after mistake after mistake that it comes back to bite you. Well, then all of a sudden you look back and I'm like too old to fix this,
The things that I take from it, I think, which is pretty cool, is trying to live debt free. And that's why, we could have gone and gotten the 30-year conventional loan and paid on that for 30 years. And I get it. Some people want to live, a little bit more like a king. And I do, but I just want to do that down the road debt-free, if that makes sense. So the things I take from a show is like, man, go get the 15-year loan, be aggressive, pay it off in 7, and then move on to the next thing. And that's what I did. So little things like that is what I take from the show.
That's what I did. So
is that what you did?
I did.
You did too?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I'm so close.
You one-up me, man.
I'm so close to flipping my numbers, man. I'm so close, dude.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about this not so long ago. I remember.
Yes. I'm so close to getting that number flipped,
Good for you, man. I don't even have a house, so, hey.
Yeah, you'll get it, man. You'll get it, dude. You'll get it, dude.
Yeah, but not Frank. He owes 0 on a house, so I think Luke's ahead of you right now.
Right. Well,
I'm on like a 7-year plan. My house will be paid off in 7 years. My kids will be old enough to know what they want to do as far as their career, and I've got 2 more years on a business note because I bought another company, and I'll be theoretically a lot more debt free, and that's when I'm going to make a decision. Probably get out from what I'm doing, keep a small piece of route, and go do glass restoration.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And have my own podcast, and I'm not inviting any.
I like to touch wieners. Well,
that's awesome, man.
Luke, if Luke, I want to tell you, man, if you want to leave, you can. You don't have to stick around. I just want to let you know that once you start talking to Mark, it's most likely that you're never going to leave.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, I seriously do, because Rihanna's getting cleaned up, and I told her I wanted to jump on with you guys just for a minute and say what's up, man. But we need to come back on the podcast sometime soon and do a whole show.
We'd like to. We would like to have you on. You guys are stuck up, though. I thought we were #besties, but
we are #besties.
We've actually made mention of that. I think behind the scenes, TJ and I discussed we wanted to get you guys to come back on.
Yes.
Because it was an enjoyable show.
Yeah, no, it'd be fun, man.
There's Tim. Hey, Tim. Tim's watching.
The only way we're coming on though is if like we get the whole shebang on here. I mean, Jersey's got to be on there. Mark, TJ's obviously going to be there. Tim.
Yeah, we gotta have
let's get every single person. Let's get Perry freaking Tate on here.
That would be great.
That would be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be great. I'm open to it. As long as
it's an open invitation, Perry Tate.
Yeah, open invitation.
Yeah.
Don't
let's bring him on the 4th of July so it can explode.
I would love to have that goofball on, man. It would be so much fun talking to that guy.
I will say this. I really believe, knowing what I know about him, he would come on because in his mind he's so narcissistic and arrogant that he's done nothing wrong. He really believes that we're the cause of Richie and all these issues.
It's all T Squeegee's fault. It's all my fault.
Yeah, no, not even that. I just want to talk about his whack window cleaning skills. Like, that guy cleans everything like it's clean already. I mean, it's just one.
Did you see that video where he's brushing a glass canopy upside down?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
no.
a recent one. The brush and everything is turned upside down, and I'm like,
It's
oh
just
my
like
god.
the tip of the iceberg. The thing I love is his one pass like magic wand stuff. You know, he's like clean, and I'm like, that is not real world, man.
No.
Yeah, no.
I've seen him talk about. I've seen videos where he'll be like, certain YouTubers they'll scrub windows forever. That's not, that's not necessary. And I'm like, dude, what world do you live in? I clean real dirty homes for a living. Like, it's just not whoop 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 clean, safer, better, faster, whatever.
It's not.
In
true.
his defense, he lives in China, and there's different standards in China. We all know that.
Yeah,
No,
it's
but
cream.
A clean window. Yeah, a clean window is a clean window. There's
Wait, is it China or Vietnam? I'm confused. I thought he was running to Vietnam now. Thailand. That's where it is. Where's next? Russia?
That's where all the lady boys are in Thailand, and that's his favorite.
Yep. Every gas station, every Quick Mart has duct tape for some reason. And it only sells it in a 12-inch strip. That's it.
What?
Mark Tanner is just demented. That's all.
Sorry.
No big deal.
Yeah. Hey, Luke, just think about that for a while, okay?
Yeah,
about 2 hours later,
right,
you're going to start laughing, and you're going to tell Rihanna, and then she's going to agree that I'm a scumbag. Sorry. But that's the way it is.
I got you.
Oh, boy.
On that note, guys, I'm going to go get cleaned up and get ready for bed. Hey,
Yeah.
thank you very much
Yeah,
for
no problem.
having me just kind of pop on. I just want to
No,
say what's
you're
up to
fine.
you guys. And we will be back on the podcast very
Yes.
soon, man.
Cool.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Besties.
Say hi.
Hashtag besties. Take it easy.
I
buddy.
will.
We
I'll
gotta
tell
hit-
Rand hi. Jersey,
Yeah.
I'll see you later. Mark, always good to chat with you, and I'll tell Rand about the duct tape.
Yes.
Bestie, I'll talk
She'll know what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
Later, bro.
Bye.
See you later, man. That's
It's
great.
going to be so much worse if she doesn't ask what she gets it. Laughing harder than him. He's like,
Right? Wow, man. I kind of like having the bouncing caller. You know what I mean? That's nice every once in a while. Unless it's Philip. If it's Philip, I don't want you to call.
Let me ask you the real question, though. When is Alex Lamborghini's going to be on the show?
I don't know, man. We tried to get him on the show, and he is super fickle, man. Isn't he, Mark?
Listen, I would say 3 to 4 times a week he's asked about it, and he's like, I don't know why they haven't talked to me about it yet. He's very torn about it.
Well,
listen.
we entered negotiations, and then negotiations quickly fell apart. Because Mark said something on the podcast, and Alex is like, listen, dude, I just want you to know that we don't fucking get shit from them, so don't say that. And Mark's like,
Yeah,
well,
and he could
fucking
come out
I
and
used
tell him. Listen, it wasn't even anything that bad. I'll explain to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Come
Alex
on out
is
and
welcome
play.
anytime he wants, whenever he wants.
Like
he can
Open
come out.
invitation.
Like
Open
Jacob's
invitation.
doing right now. If anybody else wants to see Alex on there, just start the petition, start the chant.
Yeah, start
he's
the
watching
chant,
right
yeah.
now. He'll be
Oh,
on.
Jacob Dell. He's still watching. Hello, Jacob Dell. I wish me and Jacob Dell
Joe
were still
Sinter.
cool, as cool as we used to be. I miss you, Jacob. I hope you're doing well, sir. Oh, look, it's Joseph Skinta's watching too. All of these
Have
old
you met
fellas are
Joe?
watching. Huh?
In real life,
Joseph
Joe is an
Skinter.
awesome guy.
Joseph Skinta? No, I have not met Joseph.
He is
Skinta.
like one of the coolest people you'll ever meet in real life.
I do know Perry Tate's Skype number. I have it saved on my computer. All we want is Alex and his 20-gallon water bottle. I actually tagged Alex in this milk jug koozie thing. It's like this thing. It's like a
Work it out,
koozie.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a koozie for your milk jug, and then it's got like pockets on it and shit. Like you put your phone and your hair gel and shit in there.
His birthday's coming up. I'm just saying.
Yeah, hey man.
Maybe that'll get him push him over the edge, and he'll be on the show then. He'll get that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll buy him a gift. When is his birthday?
I wish I was a better friend and knew that.
Oh, you don't even know. Jersey's a douche. She doesn't even know your birthday, dude.
Yeah,
supposed
I
to
mean,
know
and you don't
that
hate on
shit.
him. All I did was mention ABC. Come on, man.
yeah.
This guy works with you. Don't know his birthday?
Yeah.
Well, at least I don't mention that other company though.
Yeah. Jeez.
I know where
Yeah.
the lines are. God.
I'm totally buying that for you. You know what, Alex? I'm gonna macrame you a fucking a milk jug koozie. It's gonna come from the heart, dude. It's gonna be sweet.
Hashtag besties too.
It's gonna look like your grandma's Afghan. You know those Afghans that come. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Philip.
God.
Philip, why are you trying to call, Philip? Listen, Philip, you're on a moratorium right now. You are on a podcast moratorium right now. Listen. No.
Listen, he's got a hammer. Let's get him to smash some holes.
I'm saving Philip for a special occasion. You know that Philip's you can't. That's 3 times in a row for Philip. 4 times, isn't it? If he came on tonight, it'd be 4 times he's been on the podcast. I don't know, dude. We've never had a guy on 4 times except for Seth Byers.
Yeah.
And that's because he's sexy. Jersey's lucky he's been on twice.
I'm just filling in.
I like how you come on our podcast and make us the second best podcast in window cleaning. That's great.
I've held the title for so long. I got to share it.
So, how close are you to your 100th episode? You are like 1 or 2 away, aren't you?
Yeah, it's coming up in 2 days, but whatever. Let's talk about yours.
Let's talk about you. Awesome. So, where can all of the peoples find your podcast?
Yeah, anywhere podcasts are available. SoundCloud, Google Play, TuneIn, Spreaker, whatever. All the places. Anywhere podcasts are available. It's a 30-minute podcast.
Wow.
And also on YouTube.
On YouTube. See, I'm limited. I just got Podbean, iTunes, and YouTube. I'm a scrub. Again, second best podcast in window cleaning. But it's all right. Even some of our loyalist listeners will say that you have the best podcast. It's my favorite podcast.
There are people watching right now that have privately called me names, so not everybody's on my side. So.
Phil probably just made 200-foot simple and wants to show it off. Yeah, that's true. Jersey, you said you'd tell us about the Jersey Devil. What's good?
Yeah, so there is. Dream Chasing and Richie Blue both want me to talk about the Jersey Devil.
Yes, they are just chomping at the bit. Well, I don't understand it.
You know,
did you see the Jersey Devil or something?
With all of the counseling that I've been in, I don't know that I could talk about it. You know, I'll get it all back up. But, let's just say it doesn't know English. So when I said no, it didn't know. It just didn't know.
Right, I just didn't know. That's what I'm saying. Dream Chasing Jersey Devil story. Jersey podcast is really amazing, and I highly recommend it. Whatever, man. Fuck you guys. Jersey, what are you giving away for your 100th?
I'm giving away knowledge.
Ooh, ooh, we dropping bombs, knowledge bombs, son.
I would love to give stuff away, but we already gave it to you guys to give away, so we're on.
Oh, whatever, dude. That is so dirty. What a douche. You are. Why are you being a doucher tonight, dude? I don't understand, man.
I'm just saying. Listen, Chris has only got so much stuff, so he's got to pick the number one. You know, I understand it. It's good.
Yeah. That's great. Jersey says on his podcast to leave a review or tell me that I suck. That's what we try to get you guys to do, but you guys won't fucking do it.
Fernando actually is one of the guys. If you go back and search his stuff, he's the guy that said that I put him to sleep. Every time somebody talks about my podcast, tell me about how you can't watch it because it's so bad.
This is the worst podcast I've ever seen. I'm actually falling asleep while typing this.
Acme, Richie just said, what color are the Jersey Devil's eyes? And I only looked at the back of his head. I don't know what his eyes are. I can't talk about it.
Yeah, dude, he can't talk about it, man. He's been in counseling, Richie. Jeez, bro. I don't understand. You know, hey, man, no problem, Luke. Thanks for coming on, buddy. Jersey, so nothing. I'm not sure what Jason's asking you.
He's saying so nothing. I'm not giving anything away. Not giving anything away.
Huh?
Man, it's like buzzards circling. Buzzards are circling. I'm just going to go only watch podcasts that are on their 100th episode.
Yeah, actually, Jason, we gave a bunch of stuff away on the 99th, but I guess you missed it.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm behind. If you're asking me, if you're talking about, I'm reading the chat. If you're talking about me, I am you know how far my phone, I actually had to start deleting shit because my phone automatic downloads podcasts, and I am so far behind in podcasts. You know what I've been listening to? Books on tape.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
and
one of those things. You could just plant it in your ear and it work. And
that books on tape, and like right now I'm listening to the Savage Sword of Conan, which is pretty dope. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is one of my favorite podcasts is called Small Town Murder. I don't know if anyone has ever heard of Small Town Murder before, but it is fucking the funniest. It's all about murders in small towns, but there's these two comedians that do it. It is absolutely hilarious. I love it. It's like the best. And I've gone back to the very beginning and started listening all the way through, and I've completely neglected Rogan. Now, the Monday Morning Podcast with Bill Burr, Tell Him Steve Dave, which is like one of my dear favorites because I'm a big Clerks, like Kevin Smith fan. I'm a huge fan of Kevin Smith and all his work. So if you guys don't know who that is, Jay and Silent Bob, he's Silent Bob.
By the way, with all the people that are talking here, like chat is going crazy, but Paul did not like me until a few minutes ago, so that's cool. He said he's starting to actually like me. That's awesome.
We're doing things. We're bringing the community together. You know what I mean? I know some people may see what's happening, how this podcast and how this has all evolved over the last year and a half, but we are doing what we felt as a group, me, Tim, and Mark. We are doing what we felt was best for the window cleaning community as a whole, because it is very small. And why should we, as like people that are outspoken and have shows within the industry and YouTube channels and groups, we shouldn't be fighting amongst each other. You know, we shouldn't be. So,
well, and sometimes you got to step outside the box to look at the dissension that was actually planted.
Yes,
and you didn't see that at the time.
No.
So you step outside and go, well, what's up with this?
What's difficult is admitting how easily manipulated you can be at times and not realize that you are being. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But the thing with being manipulated, you have to be a good person.
Window Cleaners Unite. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Mark Jarnell.
You have to be a good person to be manipulated, otherwise you don't get manipulated. So here's the cool thing. If you were looking at, like, Luke just dropped into your podcast. Luke, like, think about where it was a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's very cool either way. So.
I was going in on him, and I was going in on him hardcore. I was going in on Luke hard body karate, and then I took a minute and I was like, you know what? None of this is. Tim's like, you know what? He's doing the right thing. He's trying to give me the channel back. We're trying to mend fences and put this all behind us. And then that wasn't a small feat. What Luke did, yes, granted, he took the channel down, but that was a lot of fucking work to get that back right. A lot of work. And Tim found it in his heart to forgive him and asked me and Mark to stop being douchebags, and you should, try to get to know this dude. He's a good guy, and we did, and look where we're at now. So, hey, sometimes the cream rises to the top and the turd fucking falls to the bottom of the bowl. He might have a little shit stain in his pants, but hey, the turd's at the bottom of the bowl. I'm sorry, that's the way it worked out. But if you look at facts, we were duped. We look like dickheads, and we've ate crow for it. And you can either like it or not like it. Am I right? Hey.
Yep.
The crazy thing is that with everything that's out there and all the knowledge that's out and kind of like what really is going on, there's still people out there who will be just like we all were and fall into that same trap of something. That's just how some people are. And
right.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. And those people, the next round of what we all were, is they're going to be in the same position where no one's going to be able to tell them anything. They're just not going to believe it,
Yep.
Until it happens.
Well, yeah, and then you have people that subscribe to drama, so they want to fuel that fire. Or they want to, they're miserable in life, so they're going to make everybody around them miserable, and you fall into the trap not realizing what's going on.
Turd life is trending, just so you know.
Rihanna, that's fucking great.
Sorry,
she's a big athlete's foot, so we let her slide when she says stuff like that. That's the big athlete's foot there.
Well, if you notice, she's on, and Luke is probably on Google trying to find 12 uses for duct tape.
This is where I was talking to them on Voxer, and she cut herself in a gym. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know what? She's probably got athlete's foot now. You know what I mean? She's like, I wonder if I got something. I was like, yeah, you got athlete's foot. You're going to turn into a big athlete's foot. So she's a big athletic foot now. That's terrible. Turd life. That is fucking hilarious, man. The Western Stories. AMD, the Western Stories. Listen, we like Western Stories here at Outlaw Window Cleaner, Mark Darnell. We like Western Stories. We like forehead stories. You
know what I'm kind of thinking, T? What would sew this podcast up to be one of the most epic ever if Mark Donnell made a 5-minute appearance?
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
It's about all we need.
I don't know if we can handle that, dude. Window cleaners unite, bro. I was actually thinking. I thought maybe Richie would call, but he must be disheveled. I figured maybe somebody cool would call, and then maybe Richie would call afterwards. But whatever. I thought maybe we'd get Tim to come on real quick, or Josh. I thought maybe Josh. Josh is such a fucking prick tease, dude. He's always like, call me maybe, and then like he doesn't get on. He's such a douche. So when you hear this, you're a douche.
Who's busy at 10 at night on East Coast time? I don't know where he is. I mean, is he busy right now, or is he just? Does he not like you?
I think there's a good chance he doesn't like me. I'm not gonna rule that out. I'm not gonna rule him not liking me out. I'm not gonna rule that out.
He's not hashtag turd life though. He's not on that. He's not on that wagon.
No. He used to be on the poop scoop life, but he ain't on poop scoop life no more. Hashtag poop scoop life. That's what we should. We need to get a picture of Josh in the Andre the Giant get up, and then fucking hashtag fucking poop scoop life, and then put that on a t-shirt. Probably sell 1 million of those motherfuckers. Well, it's a big show. Eric Bland. Eric Bland's my buddy, man. I like Eric. He's a great guy. He just put up a video about water-fed pole. Eric, I think, might have a water-fed pole now. So that's great. Good for him, man. Yeah. I'm glad he's still making videos. I'm glad he's still got the time to thumbs down my video every night. It's the best, man. Hashtag falling asleep. Listen, man, if you fucking don't like the podcast, get out of here!
No, don't worry. Dustin's he's talking about my show. Him and
oh, Jesus.
It's a club. It's cool.
Right.
You've got much more production going on than we do, though, right, Josh?
Yeah, dude, this is terrible what we're doing.
I hit record, and then that's it. I'm so bad that 2 weeks ago, I sneezed in the middle of it, and I do this by the camera so that I can, see the marker. Forgot to edit it all out. So it's just there.
Oh, jeez. I've left some things in podcasts before that should have never made the air a couple of times. Josh called somebody a name. Mark called him a dude. Mark went ham on somebody. He's like, dude, you got to pull that down, man. You got to edit that, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah. We put some shit up. That was back when we just straight recorded it back in the, and I'd be tired as shit because what I would try to do is record the podcast, and when we recorded them, they were like 3 hours long, so I had a lot of editing to do. You know what I mean? It was a pain in the ass, and then I was like, you know what would be cool is if we just did the podcast live, and everybody was real timid about it, but I was excited because all I got to do is hit go live, and it automatically posts to YouTube. You know what I mean? It's the best thing ever.
You know what's funny is that you guys have done things that are so bad that you're like, ooh, that's too bad for us. Now we're gonna pull that.
Yeah, is that it? I mean, dude, we've said.
I'll occasionally, depending on what I'm doing for the day, sometimes I'll listen to them the next day. But I knew when we did something that was a little off key, I wouldn't listen the next day and cringe while I'm working.
But I'll tell you this right now. I will say this right now. We have done 100 episodes of the Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio podcast, and we have done it our way.
Yeah.
We have not.
It's raw.
We have not done it no way but our way. We are where we at right now, being us. We're keeping it 100. So I will say that. So whatever's whatever. You know what I mean? We didn't fucking blow anybody. I haven't blown one dude ever. Henry. Henry, you don't want to come to the unconventional convention, the Outlaw Jamboree at Cedar Point this year. I don't even think Mark's going to come. I want Mark to come, but I don't think he's going to be able to. It's going to be in the Fizzall.
We'll see, man. I'll tell you what. When I come, we're riding them rides, man.
I want to go. I just want. We're going to have some dudes come to Ohio. We're just going to go ride roller coasters, man. We're going to go to the America's Roller Coaster and get down with the getting it down.
Yeah, man.
Do you want to know a really sad fact?
What's
I'm going to
that?
share it with you. I'm going to go out on a limb here. But if I'm driving in a car and I look down at a piece of paper, I'm like motion sick for 2 hours. Like, so.
Really?
Oh, really?
I don't do roller coasters. I'm a purse holder. We were just at Universal.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's right. You did tell me that. That's right. Man, dude, that. I'll tell you what, man. I like roller coasters, but there's a couple out there that I have no urge to get on. Like I got on the dragster one time, which is that one that shoots you like a rocket.
Straight up, yeah.
And then you go straight up in the air 400 feet and then come straight back down.
Straight down.
Riding that one time was good enough for me. I'm smooth on that. I don't need to ride that again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like the more of the whoop-de-whoop kind of roller coasters where you get the 0 Gs. That's my thing. You know what I mean? The let's go turbo fast up as high as we can go and then right back down. That's not my thing, man.
I'll tell you what we have in Orlando. It's pretty intense. It's
you have roller coasters in Orlando there?
Oh yeah, there's all kind of roller coasters in Orlando. But no, they have this ride where you sit in a simulated dragster, a top fuel dragster. You know, and it's a retired car, and there's two of them side by side. And it's a steam catapult, basically the way they launch a plane off an aircraft carrier. Okay, so you're sitting in the car, and you've got to push the button for the trans brake, which is going to let the car go forward, and the tree comes down, and it's literally the equivalent of running like a 7-second, 300-mile-an-hour run. It is so intense, you know.
I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Philip just brought up an awesome point. The Beast in Kings Island, down in southern Ohio. Me and Jennifer, I've already made a hot date. Me and Jennifer are going to ride that this year. That's
nice.
The one ride. I don't care about any of the rest of the rides. I just want to make sure that I don't die saying I never rode the Beast. You got to go ride. You got to go take a ride on the Beast, man. That's like the longest, most badass wooden roller coaster ever. It like goes through the trees. It's beautiful. From like all the GoPro footage I've seen, it just looks like an awesome ass ride. I'm sure it's gonna beat the shit out of us, but you got to do the Beast at least once.
I did the Beast once, but like I said, I can't talk about the Jersey Devil. It was.
I did the Beast one time, and that's it, bro. That's it. But I can't talk about it.
You did the one thing that was enough. That was all it was for me.
I will leave the weapon at home. Am I not invited? No, you can come, Henry, if you like. You can just leave your weapons at home. I'll just, I'll make sure I have my sidearm on me that day.
No doubt.
I'm starting a website called windowcleaningoutsource.com. What a douche. Richie, what are you doing, man? I don't understand why do you want to start a website called Window Cleaning Outsource, man? I would do window cleaning in-source. I wouldn't do it outsource. I would in-source it instead of outsourcing. That's just me personally.
You know, it would be nice to be able to make a living and not have to wash any windows. I haven't figured out how to do it, you know?
Listen, as somebody who cleaned for years and years and years and moving over, it's a whole different world, but yet the same knowledge. But I don't smell like bleach at the end of the day. Like, I don't smell like gutters that's pulled on me, you know? My fingers don't hurt because we had storms, you know, and like, there's pros to it, you know?
Yeah.
But I'd never change a life, man. Window cleaning, pressure washing in general, man. There's no other industry that's like this, with the freedom and money, and I dig it.
Yeah. It does beat you up over time. You know, I mean, I was talking earlier, we're on this restoration where we had to haul a 24-foot stage through a building, to a landing, and then up another flight of stairs on the outside of the building, basically pulling things up with ropes and pulleys. And one of my guys, he's like 28, and he's just an animal. You know, he's built like New Jersey, and he's just like pulling stuff up. And I'm like, man, I remember when I could do that very easily, and now it's just, it wears on you. You know, it does. It's a physical job.
Right now, my fucking shoulder is fucking killing me right now from scraping these windows today. Killing me, dude.
Yeah.
Like there's something, like I got like a piece of meat hanging on something there. I might have a bone spur or something going on there.
Yeah.
That fucker pops and grinds and shit. It sounds like one of Perry's rinse bars.
Yeah. From doing ladders for so long, like my shoulders drop. Like I don't have big shoulders because of that. Like I couldn't work shoulders forever. Like
I think
it was so
beefy,
bad
though.
I couldn't like pick my arm up over my head. So
your shoulders look beefy to me.
I know it's a filter I got on. So
oh, okay. You look pretty strong.
Yeah.
Looks like you've been to the gym. I don't know.
I've seen it.
Well, I do have some awesome news for the guys that won Rub the last couple of podcasts. I actually now today procured the new stickers, so you're gonna
Nice.
get your shit's gonna go out now. Finally, I finally found the time to go pick up.
Well, don't forget to send some to Jersey, because Jersey
Right
just
there.
got some really good injection. He sent me a picture of.
Yeah, well, I just got his shirts today too.
Yeah.
I bought the wrong stuff, so now I'm waiting on the other stuff.
Yeah.
There was one word different in that. I didn't even see it till the picture, because you're like, oh, I like that stuff too. Mark was giving me all the hints. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
wrong one. So I can wait for the other stuff to come in.
Yeah.
There. That right, you see that sticker right there? That's the new. That's a variation of the Squeegee Life sticker above the black diamond
Nice.
there.
By the black diamond, I see it. Yep.
Just something a little new, something different. See what guys think about it. I'm just trying to throw some curveballs at y'all, but that everything's already packaged up, ready to go now. I actually sealed the envelopes today, so everyone's good to go. Yeah,
Nice.
My rotator cuff is destroyed. It's shot. It's done. I have arthritis. Yeah, I'm destroyed. My whole.
You know what's crazy is Phil. Everybody's seen Phil, but Phil's actually 32 years old. He just it really takes a toll.
Yeah.
Have you seen Mark's head swaps of Phil where he adds chins to it? It's so fucking hilarious. Phil's got like 16 chins. It's fucking terrible. It's so bad.
I know. Yeah, Phil doesn't like it, so I don't usually post them publicly.
Right.
I think he got upset when I did that one time, but yeah, that's my favorite one. Is that Phil head works anywhere?
Anything around scratch ravers when you're using blades? What I say is, you want me to scrape these windows? And they're like, yeah. I was like, well, I could end up scratching them. And they're like, all right. I was like, so are you waving me? And they're like, yeah, sure, bro.
I'm going to tell you something a little handy.
I do on construction cleanups. I do just, because construction cleanups can be sketchy. You never know. If they're brand new windows and you got to get drywall mud and fucking silicone off the windows, the way glass is done today, you never know what kind of glass you're going to get. You never know. You know what I mean? You might get something where you might have some fabrication debris on it.
Well, let me tell you. Remember that video I made with a plastic business card?
Yes, sir.
I did a guy's house that had, I don't know, 20 some odd windows around the back that all had fabrication debris, whether you believe it exists or not. Okay. And somebody scraped the house with a razor. It was covered in scratches. Mm-hmm. We fixed his windows, and I showed where I did not do a repair and where I did with a plastic business card. You can clearly hear and see that plastic business card ticking on the glass. So as a window cleaner, if you're going to put a blade on anything, you got to listen for it. You take your headphones out. You should be able to feel it in your hands if you're doing damage.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. When I do a construction clean, and this is just something I've learned from dicking up a couple of windows and having to pay for them, what I usually do is I make sure I get all the dust off the window first, and then I actually get the window wet and try to squeegee it, because you can feel, like you said, you can feel it. If you can feel if it's you can feel it's gonna, if you're gonna fucking scratch it, you can tell.
I don't do a lot of construction cleaning. But like we did a very big house that I was actually called in by another window cleaner because he scratched some glass. So I ended up fixing that and then completing the construction cleaning for him. But my guys show up like a bull in china shop. I'm like, listen, the house had water. let's get 300 feet of garden hose out. We're going to rinse every window, scrub it with a mop and soap and water. Whatever stays is what we're taking off. If you take your equipment, put it on those dirty, soiled up, sanded up windows, you're going to end up with trouble. So you're adding a step, but in the long run, you're saving yourself. Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if on the outside of the house, take a hose to it. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing beats that for sure. On the outside, I'll be honest, I usually hit them with the water-fed pole. Just, the soft brush, just hit them with the water-fed pole. Going on the inside, I take my sponge, I take a rag, dry, essentially dust the window off, and then take a sponge, wet the window down. You know what I mean? You can feel, you can tell. Just try to get as much shit off you can without busting out a blade.
Yep. Without a waiver is the waiver is not technically, if somebody wants to sue you, they can get around a waiver just like a non-compete, right? But the big thing about the waiver is that it removes it from their brain. So even if you clean the window, you didn't even put a razor on the glass, but they're scratched, they don't care that 5 other companies over the past 10 years have done those windows. They just see that you cleaned them. They were dirty. They couldn't see them. Now they can see the scratches. It's you that scratched them. So it's just another layer of protection, even if, nobody ever.
All you can do, because I actually paid for a window that I got a scratch waiver signed for. I actually paid for the window. I ended up having to pay for it anyway.
Yeah, so a window is not a bad thing. But I know guys who have gone out of business because guy was new. It was like his year and a half into business, scratched $65,000 worth of windows that his insurance company, of course, didn't cover or wasn't going to cover, and he just was SOL. Like, they sued.
My stomach hurt just thinking about it. Oh.
The question
was done. I mean, he was a young guy too. He was in his really, really early 20s. It was one of those just wanted to suck everything in, and then you never heard from him again. Like, it was bad.
Yeah, the question I've always had, which no one can ever answer, is like on that house that I did all those windows in the back where I did a video. The house, I don't care if you had 3 guys working on it, okay, is several days worth of work, okay, to do a construction cleaning. So my question has always been, if you damaged a window or 2 or 3, but you continued to do it over several days, that's where the issue. Like when I went to Martha's Vineyard, they had 170 something windows on the outside, and I'm like, this construction cleaning is a week for a company. How did they allow this to go on for 5 to 7 days? And they just kept doing it, and every time you turned around, and it wasn't one. People talk about glass restoration. One scratch in a window is easy. 20 minutes in and out, $100, it's done. But when they scratch the entire window, the entire thing, top to bottom, it's almost, no matter what skill level you are, it's almost just replace it at this point. It takes.
Not only is it that, but if you're, like you said, if you're going to do like 65 G's in glass, you scratched on a house, man, you just either are just a complete moron or just don't care.
Yeah.
Well, the big thing is that, and this is not to add salt to anybody's wounds, because if it happens to you or anybody watching, it's awful, but it's just non-education. There's some things that I'm not educated on. There's some things that anybody could be not educated on. If you scratch an entire window or entire house, because even if you got headphones in, which I don't suggest wearing headphones when you clean, at least both of them, but you could feel it. You can feel it in there.
Yeah.
If you're not educated on that, you're just going to jack stuff up.
And that's really what it boils down to, essentially, is don't do construction cleanups if you don't have any experience.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I mean experience, period, cleaning windows, because there's a feel that there's a feel there. Not only are you seeing, but you should be feeling as well. You should be one with your environment anyways. Having both your headphones in and rocking out with your cock out is probably not the wisest idea.
But you know what? Look.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You should be aware of what you're doing, because you're on somebody's home, you know what I mean, or on somebody's business, on their property. You should be aware of what's going on. If you're just blindly scraping windows and you're not using your head, man. You got to use your head.
A lot of times it comes down to money, and I'll tell you, I did work for the Wrigley's family. They built $100 million house, right? And on the main house, they had these sliding doors that were made in Germany. Each one was like $17,000. And they were floor to ceiling. They were probably 12, 14 foot tall, 4 or 5 foot wide, and you could push them with one finger. That's how, badass sliding doors they were. Right. And they called me in there, and I looked at it, and we put some light on it, and I'm like, everything was above, towards the top. And I'm like, I don't understand how this happened on so many windows. Well, can you fix them? Yeah, we fixed their windows. They're there for about a week to 10 days. A year and a half later, and I told the contractor, I go, listen, there's obviously a budget here to build $100 million house, but you need to, the guys that you hired, day labor, to do this is the crime here. Okay, so if you got a price from me, it would be $4,500 to do a constructor cleaning, but you chose to spend $2,500 on day labor. Now it's going to cost you $10,000 to fix it. So did that make sense? No. Right. They built a second wing to the house a year and a half to 2 years later, and I get the phone call again. And you know what? Maybe I'm a dick. The first thing I say to the guy, you didn't learn your lesson last time, did you? And right. As another $5,000 ticket. Right. And I'm like, you guys just allow this to continue on. These windows came in from Germany. I would never put a blade on them. And I can fix it if I damage it. I wouldn't put a blade on any of these windows because they're obviously an issue.
Philip just brought up an interesting question, I would say. He feels that glass is a lot more tender now than it used to be. Like glass isn't what it used to be.
No, Phil's correct on that. Yeah. Yes. I started in 1986 or 87. Mm-hmm. The first job my dad took me on was the interior construction cleaning of a Bank of America. Okay? He says, if you can get through this is going to be the worst job we're ever going to do. I sat there with a scraper and a pole and a mop, and I didn't even know how to clean windows hardly. It was the first job I did for him. And I scraped. You could, in the 80s and late 80s, early 90s, you could put a blade on anything and never have an issue. It was around 10 to 15 years ago when I believe, my opinion, a lot of the glass started becoming imported from China, all the big manufacturers. Okay, the quality control's not there. Is there a difference? Absolutely. An old storefront, you can scrape it till the cows come, would never have an issue ever. Ever. And now,
just bang it out. You know what I mean? No problems. But now, completely different. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like there are windows, like just on restaurants that were built that I do that are being remodeled now. The old glass, you could fucking kill that thing with a razor and never have to worry about it. And the glass they replace it with, you can't touch with a razor blade. You can't, because you will fuck it up. Totally. Well, and I've been running to that a bunch lately. Yeah, no,
anything new you never want to. And for instance, the guy that I did that house for, the backyard was completely covered. I brought in, he said to me, Mark, I want a tint guy that's you can buy a solar film that will make the glass impact glass, okay? It's like they put this stuff in the Pentagon, and it's basically an assembly. They put this film on the glass. It's got metal in it. It's made by 3M, and they actually caulk it into the interior surface. So it, like they set a bomb off next to this, and it takes the frames out too. So it makes the glass that's not impact glass, okay?
Oh, okay.
I said, look, that's way over my head, but I got the guy for you. So I call my buddy Marlon. He comes in there, he gives him a price, whatever it was. They signed him up. I was talking to Marlon, and he asked me, and he knows a lot about glass, even though he's a tinter. How do you think all these scratches happen? I go, come over here, and I take the plastic business card. He goes, oh, yeah. He says, we've tinted windows that have so much of that debris on it that it leaves air bubbles. Mm-hmm. He goes, and we can't do anything about it. So that stuff exists. And if it's catching and leaving bubbles in tint, then it's there. Yeah. It's there. Yeah.
There was a really cool, if anybody doesn't know, Gary Maurer was like one of the big names kind of in fab debris.
Him and I have gone around for a long time,
He had at one of his picnics, he had glass that he knew there was fab debris on it. You could walk over with a razor, you could walk over with scrubber, anything, and just feel it. And, that was just one of those was like, whoa, like this is just regular glass, but you can feel it, you can hear it, it was very cool. If you've never seen or felt it.
Him and I have always, he's a debater. He reminds me of my mother-in-law sometimes. Everything you say he's going to debate you with. Yeah. And I don't disagree with Gary, okay? I know he's spot on about a lot of things, but one issue was he tried to tell me that scrapers don't scratch glass. And I'm like, well, that's like saying guns don't kill people. You know what I'm saying? The person pulling the trigger is what killed the person. So if you're putting a scraper on glass and it's coming out with scratches, well, realistically, the scraper did dislodged whatever and made the scratches. And he's like, no, it doesn't. We've gone around about that. But look, you want to be safe. Get white pads, blue pads. You're not going to tear stuff up with that.
Right.
Yeah. But don't fear it either. The dumb thing is when people are like, "Oh, I can't do any of that." It's not to be feared. You just have to understand it.
Yes.
I'll tell you about quality. I've seen a lot of glass here that has what looks to be an oil stain on it, which meaning rainbowing. You know what I'm saying? Like you look from angles, and it's not a low E coating, which are never even, in my opinion. They look red, they look gray, but a window that has an oil slick running right through it, or a white streak right down the middle of it, and
I actually
that could be
have
fixed.
one. I actually have one right now. What the streak is on the in between the panes of glass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's nothing you can do with that.
There's a Wendy's that just got done being remodeled that I just did a construction cleanup on yesterday. There's a handprint on the glass.
In between.
She was like, "You didn't clean this window." I'm like, "Yes, I did." She's like, "There's a handprint there." I'm like, "No, the handprint." I showed her. I was like, I let her do it. I said, "Here, take this." I wet the window up, took the steel wool, put it in her hands, like, try to rub that off there.
Yeah.
She couldn't get it off, so we went out to the outside. I said, "Go ahead." She's like, "All right, you're right." I said, "I told you." Between the glass, dude.
I've seen
a
glass.
Handprint.
Have you ever seen glass that has a pock mark in it? I mean, it looked like it melted, and there's a divot in the glass. I mean, it's not even flat. You can feel it with your finger, and that went out the door. That's what amazes me.
Yes.
Is that went through a quality control,
Crazy,
supposedly.
Man. Crazy, man.
Yeah.
I got a buddy that works at a Ford factory, and they were like loading headlights into a bin, and somebody there's a piece of a hot dog in a fucking headlight, dude. A completely assembled completely assembled F-150 headlight with a hot dog in it. A piece of hot dog in it.
There's somebody telling their friends that they did that though.
Dude, come on, man. They got a bunch of trouble for that. Yeah. Well, Jersey, thanks for coming on and keeping us company, man. So breaking it up here and there. In Tim's absence, guys, we're gonna get with you guys. Like I said, this week and this coming Sunday's podcast, we'll have the way to win prizes worked out. Well, we don't know what we're gonna do yet. That's how retarded we are. But we appreciate you guys watching. We appreciate having Jersey on. Make sure you go and check out Jersey's podcast, WCR Nation, like everywhere you can watch a podcast or listen to it. Stop sending him messages about how he sucks, because it's not nice.
Well, he's gonna suck even worse tomorrow. I'll hit you up, Jersey, because I'm coming on the Jersey show.
Oh no, you're going on the Jersey show?
Yeah. I was invited, and it's a pleasure to go out there. We're gonna talk shop. I'm gonna have to be serious, Mark. But yeah, I look forward to it.
Awesome.
He's gonna come on with a suit and a monocle.
Well, I don't know about that.
You guys make sure that you check out and watch with bated breath for the Mark Tanner episode of WCR Nation. That is going to be pretty awesome.
Yes.
Shoot, Mug, that might be your most popular podcast you ever did, dude.
Yeah, just send the royalties, man. Yeah. Tell Chris thanks for the check too.
Yeah, we'll raise those wire transfers we have to send you guys. Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Well, you guys are awesome. We love you. We'll see you Sunday. Peace out.
Peace. Guys, be good.
Yeah. Nerds.
up, Emery King here, man. I'm hollering out to Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio. Y'all suck. Worst shit I ever heard in my fucking life. I hate doing the shout. I don't even want to fucking do it. You know what? Fuck all three of you motherfuckers. Mark, Tim, and TJ, fuck all three. Matter of fact, all three of y'all fuck each other on the air. It'd be better than the fart and dick jokes you're telling right now. Y'all suck. I'm just playing. You know I love y'all, man. TJ, thanks for looking out for me, man, and reaching out. And I love your podcast. Codcast. This is difficult. I love you guys. You're my